Well, Instagram's back to its usual tricks this morning, so just give me a second and send your juju, and hopefully we can get on here sooner than later. Wow, annoying. So allegedly I'm live. It's checking my connection. Good morning, Janelle. Appears that I am on Instagram. Ah, it wasn't so bad. I'm right on time. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jennifer. Turn off that. Decline. Hi, Krista. Good morning, Heather. Good morning. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jen. Hi, Denise. Hey, Megan. Hey, Zoe. How's everybody doing? Hi, Heath. Hi, other Megan. Two Megans this morning. Lucky me. Good morning, Holly. Good morning, Lisa. I like your pumpkin. Ah. Hey, Nara. Hi, Arlene. Hey, Matt. Good morning, everybody. Hey, so if you have like an Instagram handle that in no way, shape, or form represents your actual name, will you tell me what your name is so I can match names to handles? Hi. Good morning, everybody on TikTok. Good morning. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Lisa. Yes, Cassie, I do know you. Okay, so Valley Girl is Valerie. Cosmic Journey is Theron. Tiffany is Beach Doodle. Okay. Hey, Danny. Hi, Christine. Good morning from Indiana. Carrie. Okay, awesome. Jackie. Thank you, guys. Yes, spiked oatmeal. I did know you're Megan. That I do know. Hey, Claudia. Bex, you're good. Hey, Christine. Okay, cool. Cool. Excellent. Hi, Lori. Okay, so wait, how is everybody doing? How was your weekend? Hey, Jean. I do not answer questions. We are going to talk about the energy, and then we are going to do some sensory card pulls, which allows you to kind of get a somewhat personal reading, but I don't take questions. And no, I'm not interested in playing a round of rock, paper, scissors this morning, but thank you so much for that invitation. TikTok. Okay. Let's see here. What did I just do? Shoot. And we'll just leave it. Oh, that's right. You had a wild weekend, Lisa. And hi, Shelly. I saw you this weekend, which was really nice. Shelly and Deborah at the same restaurant I was at on Friday, which was really cool. I love when that happens. We have a lot to talk about today, and I'm ready to get started. Let me just take a little bit more of my coffee. Mm. Actually, coffee, and let's do some smudging too. Are you not eating sugar, Krista? Hey, Jacinda. All right, let's do some smudgies. Here you go, Instagram. Also, just feeling grateful that Instagram's letting me be on, because that really threw me off last time. That wasn't my favorite thing. Here you go, TikTok. Some emojis for you, and for you, YouTube, and for me. Mm, okay. All right. Also, I mean, I have a new thing, and so we're going to totally do this today as well. Um, but before or after the sensory card pulls, I'm not sure, but this is happening. In fact, let me just take her out and let her get some smudginess. Does anybody have this deck? I'm really feeling it. Just get all in there. All right. Yes, I love the Isis deck as well. In fact, um, we do use it frequently. I usually have it here with me, but this is what's happening now. I think I know what my Halloween costume is. All right. So, guys, it has been a time. We are rolling into this week where we are having the new moon, and the new moon is going to be in Libra. So if you think you've been feeling the effects of Libra season, oh, just you wait until we hit the energy of this new moon. It's really not playing around, and it's okay because we're going to be fine. We also have some good news. October is bringing with it the beginning of that shift where planets are going to start going direct again. This month we have Pluto going direct, Mercury will go direct, Jupiter, and Saturn. That's a lot moving. And I'm just going to quickly talk to you about the energies of these planets so that you can understand what areas of your life are about to have a shift. Okay. Spoiler, all of them. No. We're gonna do this. So each planet is ruled by a different astrological sign, right? And the first planet that's going to be going direct is Pluto, and that is on the 6th. I have my little notes here, so I don't forget dates. So I have the actual dates. You can quote me. The 6th, which is in 2 days from now. So what is that? That'll be Wednesday, of course. Pluto is going direct. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. So let's take a minute and discuss what that means. What is Scorpio energy? To put it very simply, Scorpio energy is death and rebirth as a way of life. So, in order to understand something, you have to kind of die about it and allow yourself to be reborn through it. So, with Pluto having been in retrograde for a minute, we've been having many little deaths or big ones in our own lives and understanding what phases, what cycles need to be done and which ones can be continued and which new cycles are going to be started. And with us moving into the new moon in Libra at the same time as Pluto goes direct, it is the most potent new moon for starting new cycles. So, whatever you've been dealing with for the past, especially the past like week and a half, when it's gotten super intense, right? Have you been feeling that kind of pressure cooker feeling? Whatever in your life has come up for the kind of review that you cannot ignore. Like, this is not working anymore, friend. This is not working. And here's all the ways it's not working. And as much as you try to make it work, it's just not a thing. Well, this is the week where you say, okay, fine. Then what is working or what's coming through in place of it as I release it? This is going to be a week of releasing and ending those cycles so that you can begin new cycles for this new moon in Libra. And the cool thing about the new cycles that you're going to be beginning is ideally these new behavior patterns, these new relationships, these new paradigms, basically, are going to be rooted in a sense of fairness within you. So you're not going to start anything that doesn't feel at its core essence like it is fair for you. Okay, my Libra friends, if it's not fair for you, it's not fair for anybody. Okay, but this is the week for it. So, really, just like take a minute today, right? And just say, all right, what are the things that I have been having the biggest trouble with? The biggest trouble, like the big feels and the depression over it, and the sadness and the happiness, and like all over the across the board. What are the things that I've been dealing with that have been trying to be shifted and changed? And how can I let them go to allow some new things to be born? How do I allow that cycle to happen? So that's Pluto going direct on Wednesday around the same time that the new moon in Libra is at its peak. Now, Inner Sanctum members, we are having our new moon in Libra call on Thursday night, okay? Not Wednesday, Thursday night. Now, after that, on the 10th, which is going to be a big day, generally speaking, just energetically, it's a 10-day. But on the 10th, Saturn is going direct. This is going to be felt probably even more so than Pluto going direct because Saturn is the planet of rules and structure. It's ruled by Capricorn. So can we just understand Capricorn for a minute? Capricorn is the CEO of the zodiac, an earth sign. Super hardworking, super stubborn, knows everything, knows the right way to get things done. Capricorn energy is that energy you want to tap into when you're starting a new business because Capricorn energy will not give up and it will find the way forward and it will create systems and rules and all kinds of different things in order to make that work. And so, with our Saturn having been retrograde, collectively, we've been looking at all of the ways that our current society is not working. Personally, you've probably been noticing all the ways in which your own personal structure of your life is or is not working for you. So, with Saturn going direct on the 10th, which is what, this weekend, you are going to have an opportunity now to create new structures. We're still in the new moon energy. Again, what wasn't working for you in terms of rules, and boundaries, and just processes and systems? What wasn't working? What new ones are you going to implement now with this release of energy? Because as the planets go direct, it's just like, just the tension is going to be really, it's really going to feel good. And it's going to feel, there's going to be a sense of optimism towards the middle and end of this week that I think we greatly need. Now, remember, we are in Libra season, and this is going to be a season where we continue to go back and forth really hard. So take the wins when you get them, take the moments that feel good and really enjoy them and be present with them because things are going to continue to shift even as these planets go direct. But with them going direct, it's going to ease a lot of tension. Next up, Jupiter is going direct on the 17th. Okay. So mid month, Jupiter goes direct. And then, like, right after that, Mercury goes direct. So that's going to be amazing too. And now Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Jupiter is the planet of abundance and optimism and forward fucking momentum. So if you've been feeling kind of stuck and stalled and like have all these great ideas, I can't seem to get them off the road, like nothing's happening, I'm stuck. This is going to be mid-month or like towards the end of the month when that releases, when you'll be like, okay, we're off to the races. So that Jupiter going direct is going to feel really good. And for all of you guys with, where's your Jupiter? If your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, which mine is, you are going to feel this even more emphatically than others. But everybody is going to feel this, okay? Jupiter is at home in Saturn. I mean, not, Jupiter is at home with Sagittarius energy. So if you have your Jupiter in Sag, you're generally a very expansive and abundant person anyway. There may be some conditioning that has kept you from really tapping into the abundance that you're capable of manifesting. And when I say abundance, I don't just mean money, guys. This is energy, big energy, flowing energy. People with Jupiter and Sagittarius typically didn't come here to learn lessons of physical struggle of like how do I make a living? How do I feed myself? Like usually the pillars of being human are not what you came here to do. So if you feel kind of stuck in that and you have your Jupiter and Sag, this is time to look at what belief systems you have that are not actually yours, okay? A parent may have given them to you, a colleague, a teacher, who knows, or just society in general just infused it into your being. But whatever it is, if that's you, if you have your Jupiter and Sag and you are not, and you're feeling like you're struggling with the foundations of just being a human, ask yourself, what are my belief systems and which one of those belief systems is actually not mine at all? And just like send the ones that are not yours back. You don't need them because this is your time to feel really, really free and really, really abundant. And so just that needs to be said. So again, and then Mercury goes direct on the 18th. And trust, we've been in Mercury retrograde for like 2 fucking minutes and it's already been annoying as hell. So just know that you need to make sure you back up your documents and understand that while communication is difficult during a retrograde, it's not impossible and it actually teaches you new ways to communicate that are possibly more authentic than the ways you have been using. So allow that to be a way that you use this Mercury in retrograde to learn new ways of communication. It'll force you to stop relying on your old habits when it comes to communication. So it's a good thing. Ooh. Okay, so check those out. That's what's happening this week. I hope that's helpful. I was thinking to myself this weekend, I'm like, I should give more information. I don't know. I just feel like I should give you guys more information. It's just, I don't know. It's just what I'm doing. So there's your specific information that you did not ask for, but that I gave you. So now that we have that um, in our things, I hope that you all can join me on Thursday night for the new moon ritual. I don't know what we're doing yet, but it's going to be fun. And that's at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are members of Inner Sanctum, you just need to upgrade to BFF. And there's a 5-day free trial, so you could try it for free. And then if you don't like it, don't keep it. However, you cannot upgrade inside of the app. You need to log into your account on the web. So just go to innersanctum.me, log in with your credentials, and then you'll see how to upgrade or how to register if you're not already registered. And then we'll have our call on Thursday evening. If you can't make it live, that's fine. You can also watch it later. Okay. So I'm excited to tap in with you guys, possibly do a little live channeling. I think that Thursday night's going to be a little bit longer than usual. We usually do about an hour, but I think we might have a little bit of extra stuff to go over. So we'll do that too. Okay. Before I hit sensory card pulls and get into Cali, pay attention to numbers that are repeating for yourself because that's been a thing as well. And don't forget, at the end of the month on Samhain, October 31st, I will be having a live in-person coffee and magic event again at the House of Yoga in York, Pennsylvania. So I hope you can join me in person and I can give you some hugs and we can do some magic together. So you can find the link for that in my profile or send me a DM. Okay. Also, last but not least, I maybe have a couple readings open for this week. So if you want to do that, you can find the link in my profile or send me a DM. Okay. And if you don't know what my app is, you can find it in the app stores. It's Inner Sanctum. And now we're going to do these card pulls. I feel like we're going to do the Kali card at the end. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to save this for the end. So stick around because we're going to pull from this Kali Oracle that I just got. But for now, we're doing sensory card pulls and we are doing textures this morning. I think Denise had suggested that and I was thinking about this morning. So we're going to do textures. If you've never done sensory card pulls with me before, I'm going to give you 3 different textures. You pick the one that you're feeling most aligned with this morning, or 2 or 3. I'm looking at some of you right now. And then drop it in the comments, whichever one you've chosen. And then I'm going to pull. from my Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, and you guys will get a story for your Monday, okay? If there's something specific that you have a question about or need more insight in, just hold that energy in your field and trust that you're going to get some sort of insight, okay? So we're going to do textures. The first one is velvet. So velvet, what is that? Like a, is it muslin? Muslin. It's muslin. Velvet muslin, which is kind of like a thin, rough cotton fabric. And rose petals. So velvet, muslin, or rose petals, the way that they feel. What are you feeling this morning? I'm choosing rose petals. I'm feeling the rose petals. So you probably don't want to choose that one unless you want to hitch a ride on whatever is about to be told to me. Okay, so a lot of rose petals. So again, we have velvet, muslin, or rose petals. Velvet, muslin, or rose petals. Mm. All right. Just making sure that I really shuffle. Great. I'm going to do my best. So if you're just joining us, we're about to start the sensory card pull. So if you'd like to join in, you're choosing from one of three or whichever ones resonate with you. We have velvet, muslin, or rose petals as textures this morning. So whichever one feels most resonant to you, drop it in the comments and we'll get to the card pulling. Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. Lori's feeling more like sandpaper today. That's not one of our choices, though. Don't put that down. We're doing velvet, muslin, or rose petals. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so the first one is velvet. If you picked velvet, this one's going to be for you. I almost don't want to look at it. It's been so extra lately. All right. So, velvet people, are you ready? Okay. So if you chose velvet, here's your story. You have focus, serpent, deer. So good news. For those of you who've been doing the card pulls with me and that you've been doing the card pulls with me and you were here Monday, I'm curious if you also got the deer in your polls on Monday. I think the deer came through because this feels like the energy of this is like you made some movement happen. So there's some remnants of this deer energy still. Okay, this was the one. This was you if you had like what was it? You had some sort of decision to make that required the masculine energy, like you had to make a fair decision that was not based in your emotions, and the deer was there to help you be have diplomacy with that, but at the same time also like you just needed to make that decision, right? If that was you, if you also had that, this is, a continuation of your story kind of, but the deer is here because you still need to keep this energy. And no, that is not true. They do not have to be gifted to you. You can buy your own deck. Absolutely. Um, the the deer is here to remind you that you do still need to keep that energy of diplomacy about you. The situation, you've done a good job. There's something that you've done a good job at. You finally like made a decision about something. This is not for everybody. This is for a few specific people, I think. So we'll circle back. But just I need to tell you this: you've done a good job, but you're not finished yet. Focus, because this is important. This is important. This is a massive lesson and energy turning point for you that you are going to learn so much about. That's the serpent energy. Now, if this is, if you are not the person from the people from Monday who this is carrying through, it's still kind of the same. There's something you have recently made a decision about, and you need to stick to that. You can still be kind and gentle. You can still have that diplomatic air about you, but you need to follow through and focus. Focus on what your high note is. And all of us need to continue to do this, right? What is the high note that you're holding above the fray? Focus on that because this is moving really fast and you are learning so much from this experience, even in the moments that feel kind of shitty. Okay. So keep going. You've got this. Stay diplomatic, but don't overturn your decisions. You don't need to do that. Okay. I hope that's helpful for you, for the Velvet people. If you're just joining us, we are doing sensory card pulls. I just did Velvet. Next up is Muslin. And the last one is rose petals. So it's textures, like the textures of rose petals when you touch them. So if you're just joining, maybe you want to pick between muslin and rose petals. I don't know. Do you? Next up is muslin. This is the season for setting boundaries. That is for sure. All right. So next up is muslin. Take a sip of this. And again, if you chose one, but you're feeling resonating with another one, that's okay. Take what resonates and take what helps you. That's absolutely allowed, even if you didn't choose it. All right. So, muslin people. We didn't have too many muslin people, did we? Or no, I don't know. We have a lot of all threes. Okay. So if you chose muslin, here's your story. You have the disruption card. You have the dragon card. You have the communication card. So let me tell you what your story is. So first of all, when you have the disruption card, we talked about this. We talked about this. The disruptions are coming through to pivot you off of a path that you no longer want to be on. Okay. You're constantly updating your timelines and choosing different things and saying, okay, this works for me and this doesn't, and yada yada yada, so forth. And so basically the universal GPS system is also constantly updating the route to get you to where it is you want to get to most expediently because you have no patience. So you want to get there the fastest, right? So with that being said, if you are having a disruption, aren't you? So if you're having a disruption right now, that's on purpose. It is redirecting you. So, you know how when the little spinny thing comes and it's like the computer's thinking and it's recalibrating or whatever, as we know, it doesn't help if you just touch a bunch of buttons when it's trying to do that. So just relax. And I know you hate it when people tell you to do that, but I'm just saying it with love. Calm down. Sit down. Let yourself be disrupted because it is redirection. And if you fuck with this, you won't be happy because this is actually what you want. So let it be a thing. Stop being that way. Okay? Because here's what else is happening. You have the communication card and you have the dragon. So the dragon's coming through with some massive fucking energy. And it's helping. It's doing all the things you want. Okay? But you have to allow this disruption to happen. Let the universe do its work. Stop poking your cake. Let it be. Okay? If you would like a private reading, I actually may have a couple this week. I only open them up by the week, but just check on my profile or send me a DM. Communication is here because guess what? I feel like you think that you've been doing a good job of communicating, and bless your heart with that. Do better. I don't mean to be mean on a Monday morning. Let's just say this isn't me, but you can do so much better. You're giving yourself, what is the word for this? You're giving yourself an out because you don't want to do it. You're giving yourself an out because you don't want to do it. You're feeling very stubborn. You're all of you are probably stubborn. But you are especially, right? And so just, I mean, come on. Like, what's the game? What's the game you're playing? Like, what do you think's going to happen? That you're going to trick the universe? You're not. So please lean in to your actual communication. It doesn't matter what you say if what you're saying is bullshit. So don't say anything unless you're going to say true things, okay? Nobody wants to hear the bullshit anymore. It's just really old. We don't want to do it. So only say words. Only say words. Only say words if the words are how you actually feel. If the words are not, don't say them. Okay? So, there's your muslin message. Shoot. You guys got yelled at. What are you up to? All right, let me just got a little bit of my dragon's blood spray here. Let's just clear the air before we get to rose petals, which certainly should be much kinder, right? Lisa. Lisa says, what about hand gestures? Oh, Lord Almighty. All right. Well, so last but not least, I don't know why I say that. It's just a saying. We have rose petals. And that's the one I chose for myself. So good luck to you because it's been something lately over here in the Sarah house. Okay, you ready? I'm shuffling. I need a t-shirt now. This is every day I'm shuffling, right? I need that. Oh no. Let me just drink more coffee. All right. Oh, Tiffany, I'm sorry. Oh, all right. Okay. Let's do rose petals. See what we get to. Shit. I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to know what rose petal says. I'm scared. Okay, and don't forget, don't leave right after this card pull, even if I yell at you, because we have the Kali card still to go. I know I'm going way over today, but who cares? My show. All right, here we go. Fuck. All right, it's all right. It's all right. Good news. It looks like we moved some energy over here. So, thumbs up for me. Okay. So if you chose rose petal, are you ready? You have the birth and rebirth card. You have the eagle and you have the owl. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to report that we have this spread of cards here today and not just the freaking communication and whatever that other one was that I'm just going to forget about now that kept coming. Okay, here's your story for rose petals. And totally aligned actually with the energy shift that's happening this week with the new moon. All right. So, first, let's talk about birth and rebirth. All right. Birth and rebirth, Scorpio energy. Hello, nice to meet you. Scorpio energy. So, again, Pluto going direct this week, Wednesday, going direct this week. This is, if you chose rose petals, you've been having a mildly challenging time and you are ready for an energy shift indeed, and you're going to get it. Double down on your biggest, wildest dreams because it's time now. You're going to ride this wave straight into whatever it is you want. So it's time. That's all I'm hearing. It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. So birth and rebirth is not the death card, and we just need to remind ourselves about that. Lots of times Scorpio people, not Scorpio people, but people interpret Scorpio energy as like the death energy, but that's not what it is. It's birth and rebirth. Birth and rebirth. You don't necessarily die with this energy. It just feels like it. Because what basically is happening in this like Scorpio transformational thing, right, is in order to move to the next level, you have to recreate yourself from yourself. So it's like many iterations of you being birthed out of the old. And that definitely feels uncomfortable because it requires you to fully see and realize exactly who you have been before you get to move to the next level. That's what you've been up to. You've been staring yourself in the face and actually saying, oh, and I just want to point out two of you said Phoenix energy at the same time. We've got Maddie over here on TikTok and Farrell over here on Instagram, exact same time. So, absolutely Phoenix vibes. All right. It's hard to look at yourself and be honest about what you see. But that is what needs to happen in order for this to work. So, whoop, okay? Okay. Now, we also have two predatory bird vibes happening, two very different bird vibes. We've got the eagle and the owl. Let's talk about the owl first. The owl is warning you about something. Whenever we have a massive up level, we attract attention. And some of that attention is not great. This is a card to remind you. This is kind of like the wasp card, but in an up leveled way. Okay. It's just reminding you to keep a 360 view on things, not necessarily to be paranoid at all, but more to understand that where you're about to jump to, not everybody's following, and that's okay. You don't need to help people follow you. You don't need to guide anyone or assist them or teach them how to be with you. Either they figure that shit out because they want it or they do not. But that is not your job. Your job is to rise, okay? The eagle. The eagle is coming through because this is like the biggest swoop of high frequency, high vibe energy you can imagine coming through to help carry you through this transition this week. If you picked rose petal, this is your fucking week, okay? It's a big deal. And so you have all of your team, all hands on deck. It's happening. And I'm getting like all the feels right now because I'm like, well, what's about to happen? But it's going to be good. You're going to like it. Just keep an eye out and understand not everybody's coming with you, and that's fucking okay. Don't worry about it. You're never going to be lonely because guess what you've discovered? You are the best company for yourself around. So, people want to join? Awesome. They don't? No worries. You're good. You're learning to love yourself. And when you love yourself, it all just falls into place. So, this is your week. That's a good rose petal situation. I'm happy that this has happened because I'll just be honest with you. It's not been an easy time. I've been really annoyed with the card pulls because they've been calling me out nonstop. And so I've been doing my work too. It's not easy. But look, I think we're about to have a little bit of a release this week. It's orgasm week. All right. So now we are jumping into the Kali Oracle. And this is just going to be, I don't know what it is. It's just going to be something. Let's just see what it is. She wants, they should say they want to connect with us today. So we'll see. We'll see. When's your birthday, Maddie? And speaking of, does anybody have birthdays this week? Because I have really no way of knowing when anyone's birthday is. I just try to keep an eye, but sometimes I miss it. So tell me when your birthdays are. And don't forget, you want to join me on Thursday night for the new moon ritual. It's going to be good. So you want to do that. Okay, so Rebecca, you are Friday. Okay. All right. We're still shuffling this. Maddie's the 7th. Okay. November 8th. Yeah, you're like my birthday. You're my birthday twin, Anna. I thought you were the 7th, but that's okay. We have like all the same placements for the most part, right, Anna? That's what I remember. Okay. All right. You ready? This is going to be like my first official card pull from this new deck. So I'm kind of excited. Oh, another Sagittarius, December 5th. Okay. Ooh, Kaylin is October 31st. Guys, don't forget I have an in-person event on October 31st. We're going to do some magic, and Cindy's going to make cookies and tea. It's going to be good. I hope you can come. All right. Are you ready? I got it. Here's the card. I'm kind of scared. Ooh, this deck is intense. You ready? Ooh. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? This is terrifying. Oh God, I wish I could put it back. Fuck. Okay, this deck is scaring me. I'm just going to show it to you. It's the Shamunda, and it's number 31. Look at it. Ah! It's fucking terrifying. Do you see that? Ah! Literally terrifying. Lots of Halloween vibes happening here for number 31. All right. I didn't have a choice. I had to buy it. It was a whole thing on Saturday. It was like a whole weird fucking situation that happened on Saturday. But this is me, so here we go. I'm going to read it. Good luck to us all. Let's go back to the rose petal. No, the cover looks like this, which for some reason is much more cheerful to me. Off with your head. This one looks terrifying. It's fine. We're gonna read about it. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Don't worry, guys. It's just a scary picture. That's all. You shouldn't be scared. It's totally fine. Okay. All right. All right. I'm reading this now. Shamunda. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously, even when we do not realize we need it. Sometimes we don't realize just how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Kali's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for an inner or outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Shamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. She is with you now. Wild Black Shamunda is a ferocious warrior goddess. She takes her name from Shanda and Munda, two great demons whom she defeated. Thus, her name is a symbol of gaining power. Her presence indicates that you shall not only overcome an obstacle, but gain complete mastery over the energies that gave rise to it. You shall never be troubled by it again. Swathed in a blood red light, representing her life force and power, Shamunda has multiple arms, which indicate her divine activity. The skull and crescent moon resting atop a funeral pyre form her crown, symbolizing her status as a goddess of death and karmic retribution. Yet she is protective. Her three deeply socketed eyes are so intense, they are said to burn away the evil in all worlds and dimensions. She provides protection from destructiveness, including gossip and other kinds of black magic, which, not unlike gossiping, uses intention, words, and action to work against another's well being. Okay, just pause. That is directly connected to the owl card for the rose petal people. Okay. Shamunda is referred to as a queen by her soul tribe, a group of ancient mother goddesses known as the Matrikas. She is the only one worshipped independently and the only one not connected to a masculine consort. She is an independent, fierce, and unique emanation of the wild, divine feminine power of Devi, the great divine goddess. She is an expression of Kali, referred to interchangeably with Kali Ma in the Puranas, ancient Hindu texts that date back more than 2,000 years. The Matrikas express a consciousness that is potentially protective and destructive, depending on your actions. These beings are particularly upset by the negative expressions of masculine energy. Whether expressed by a male or female human, the masculine energy can be healthy or toxic. When it is healthy, it is strong, creative, protective, and generative. When it is toxic, it is exploitative, dominating, and damaging, seeking progress at any cost. This is profoundly disruptive, and rather than the positive destructive power of Kali Ma, is the unchecked demonic destructiveness of greed. The Matrikas are fierce, and Shamunda in particular will retaliate against toxic masculinity, causing havoc in the lives of those who live by such values. Shamunda is worshipped as the ruler of the sacred erection. I read that right. This is symbolic of her power over masculine energy. When the feminine has been desecrated in any way, she will not hesitate to retaliate with fierce compassion, which from our human perspective may seem like chaos. Yet, the phallus is also a symbol of her honoring the potential power and creativity of healthy masculine energy, facilitating its safe development in the human psyche. Despite her inherent drama and intensity, Shamunda is beloved by the heroic heart. She assists us when we need to find the strength to overcome our psychological limitations and inertia to access, integrate, and sustain higher frequency states of being. Bringing about a permanent structural change of the psyche is hard work. It requires commitment. However, bullying ourselves into being different or applying more and more willpower only tends to create resistance, adverse reactions, and exhaustion. It is more a case of applying wisdom, finding the balance between persistence, determination, and compassionate rest and release so we can integrate and rebuild from within. For some personality types, taking rest can require as much discipline as engaging in activity. Let me say that again because I feel like some of you in the back need to hear that. For some personality types, taking rest can require as much discipline as engaging in activity. Learning to move between the two as appropriate takes strength and wisdom. Mastering the balance to nudge ourselves forward on our path and facilitate change, but not so much that we feel defeated even before we gain traction, is advanced inner work. Shamunda is the power to accomplish it. Her presence in a reading is a portent of a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path, the healing of masculine energy, and the protection of the sacred feminine within your heart. So, whoo, okay. All right. Um, this is how Alana is spelling Shamunda. Chamunda with a CH. So I'm not hating my new deck, you guys. Whew. I mean, it was a little terrifying, but I think we're here for it. So it's okay. It's okay. It's spooky season. Whew. All right. Shamunda. You want to see that again? I'm definitely going to put this up on in the app on the energy section. I may even read it again because I feel like I'm gonna need to hear it a few times. So if you feel that too, I'll pop that on there for you guys in the energy section. I think energy or coffee magic. I might put it in the coffee and magic actually. I'll put it in the coffee and magic, and I'll send out a push notification when I do it. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So I'm here for this week. You guys here for this? I think that this is gonna be wild and we're gonna like it. So I'm here for it. Um, Thanks for joining me for a really long time this morning. Holy crap, you guys. Um, we've been here almost a full hour together, which is interesting. But I love you. Thanks for hanging in. Um, I'm excited for those of you who are in Intuition Magic to connect tomorrow night. See you then. Otherwise, I'll be back Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. If you're watching on TikTok, you might want to jump over to Instagram. It's just easier to stay in contact over there. Download my app. It's called Inner Sanctum. And I hope to see as many of you as possible on Thursday night for the new moon in Libra magic ritual. If you missed most of this transmission today, that's fine. Just hop into the app and you'll be able to watch it under the Coffee and Magic tab. Or if you're on Instagram, you'll find it on my IGTV. Okay. I love you guys. Have an awesome Monday. Mwah. When you disconnect, this has been a lot of energy. Just go ahead and take a few deep breaths and, disconnect from any energy that's not yours so that you can go through your day with just your energy. All right. Mwah, mwah. I love you guys. Talk soon. Goodbye, YouTube. And goodbye, TikTok.